Check 1, 2. Check 3, 4. Check 1, 2. Check 3, 4.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
So now what am I doing? It's really
The country show?
Oh, yeah, it's called
Yeah,
Rock Country.
and I have
Is it?
Right.
All right.
Rock.
Good
No.
afternoon, Commissioner Kopmeyer. I hope you are feeling
It's like the
better.
MAGA lineup.
Well, honestly, I'm not. So this is day 6, but I'm home headed back to bed.
We hope that you make a turn for the better and you start feeling better. And we appreciate you mustering up the energy to join us today. But we know that you're struggling, and we
Yes, I appreciate it.
All right, it is 12 o'clock. All the commissioners have assembled. So we will go ahead and call the Missouri Public Service Commission weekly agenda meeting for today, January 31st, the end of January already. We're going to remind everybody that is on the line, calling in to mute yourselves in case so that everyone can be heard while they're trying to speak. There are 8 tariffs and new orders today, 1 discussion, case discussion, and a closed discussion. And first, we have to approve the minutes from the January 24th, 2024 agenda. Those have been distributed in advance. Commissioners, are there any questions or changes to the minutes from the 24th agenda? All right, go ahead and make a motion. We will approve those minutes from the January 24th, 2024 agenda. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hey,
Those are approved. First up is tariffs and new orders. Number 1 is file number EC 2024-0092, the staff of the Missouri Public Service Commission versus Evergy, Missouri Metro and Evergy, Missouri West. Back on the 15th of September, the commission staff filed a complaint, and on January 4th, staff in the Office of Public Counsel filed a proposed procedural schedule. On January 9th, Evergy filed its own procedural schedule. Evergy stated that it believes that the progress in any of the several other related proceedings before the commission may make the issues in this complaint related to these item either moot or narrower than expected at the present time. So this order finds Evergy's proposed schedule and rationale appropriate and will adopt it with some slight modifications. To ensure that discovery disputes can be promptly resolved, the order will also delegate the commission's authority to the presiding regulatory law judge to rule on discovery disputes raised at the discovery conference and to rule on all motions to compel discovery. And I would recommend that we approve this order, version number 3. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Great. Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Great. Commissioner Kopmeyer.
I'm in support of the order.
Great. And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 3, please say aye.
Aye.
That is approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up, file number EO 2024-0142. The matter of the application of Heidi Orton for a change of electric supplier from Evergy, Missouri West to Platte Clay Electric Cooperative Incorporated. On the 26th of October, Heidi Orton filed an application with the commission requesting a change of electric supplier from Evergy to Platte Clay Electric Cooperative for her residence. The residence is located on a parcel that also includes a barn that is currently served by Platte Clay. Platte Clay supplies wholesale power to Evergy from Miss Orton's residence, but she is a retail customer of Evergy. When outages occur, the problem can lie with either Evergy or Platte Clay, making for a confusing and difficult situation for the 2 electric suppliers and Miss Orton. On January 22nd, Evergy, Platte Clay, and Miss Orton filed a stipulation and agreement. The agreement set forth that Platte Clay should be the sole provider of electric service at the subject property. Platte Clay also agreed to pay Evergy for a meter base used to serve that property. No responses or objections to that agreement were filed, so therefore this order will approve that agreement. I recommend we approve that order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Commissioner Kopmeyer.
I'm in support.
Commissioner.
I'm in support. When I first read this order, I almost confused it with number 6 because what are the chances?
Right. They're both
Yeah.
on the same order, right?
Yeah.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
Aye.
That's approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up is file number SM 2024-0130. The matter of the application of Confluence Rivers Utility Operating Company Incorporated for authority to acquire, certain sewer assets in an area of Warren County, Missouri, aka the North Oak Sewer District Incorporated. On September 29th, Confluence Rivers filed an application requesting that the commission approve the acquisition of North Oak and also grant Confluence Rivers a certificate of convenience and necessity regarding the North Oak sewer system. On the 12th of January of 2024, the staff of the commission filed its recommendation, which states that Confluence Rivers application for the issuance of a CCN meets the necessary and convenience for the public service standard, and the transfer of assets would not be detrimental to the public interest. Staff recommended approval of the application subject to 16 recommended conditions. On the 22nd of January, Confluence Rivers filed its response to staff's recommendation, stating that it had no objection to any of the 16 staff's recommended conditions. No other responses or objections to the application or to staff's recommendation were received. So therefore, this order will authorize the transfer of assets and grant Confluence Rivers the CCN to provide sewer service within the proposed service area, subject to the conditions described by staff. And I would recommend that we approve this order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Great. Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Great. Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I'm in support.
Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
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 Approved by a vote of 5-0. File number GC 2024-0113, Dana Winters complainant versus Spire respondent. On the 28th of September, Dana Winters filed a formal complaint with the commission against Spire. On December 19th, the commission issued an order setting a procedural conference for January 10th to be conducted via video and teleconference. Mr. Winters did not appear for the January 12th procedural conference and did not contact the commission to request a continuance of that conference. On January 10th, the commission ordered Mr. Winters to file a pleading showing cause as to why his complaint should not be dismissed for failure to appear for the procedural conference. Mr. Winters was ordered to respond by January 24th. No response has been filed. Mr. Winters failed to appear for the scheduled pre-hearing conference and comply with the commission order. Therefore, this order will dismiss the complaint. And I recommend we approve that order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Great. And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Copeland.
I'm in support.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
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 That is approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up is file number RA 2024-0197, the matter of IM Telecom LLC DBA Infinity Mobile application for designation as an eligible telecommunications carrier. On the 14th of December, Infinity Mobile requested designation as an eligible telecommunications carrier to be eligible to provide lifeline service. Infinity Mobile requests designations on a statewide basis for the purpose of receiving federal lifeline support. On January 19th, the staff recommended that the commission approve Infinity Mobile's request for designation as an eligible telecommunications carrier for the purposes of receiving federal lifeline support on a statewide basis. And based upon the verified application and staff's recommendation, this order finds that Infinity Mobile has met the requirements for ETC designation. And I recommend that we approve this order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I'm in support.
Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
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 That is approved by a vote of 5-0. Sixth file in order today is in EO 2024-0035. This is in the matter of the application of Judith Turner Davis for a change of electric supplier to Platte Clay Electric Cooperative, Inc. from Evergy, Missouri West. On the 7th of August, Judith Turner Davis filed an application with the commission requesting a change of electric supplier from Evergy, Missouri West to Platte Clay Electric Cooperative, Inc. On the 4th of January, an evidentiary hearing was held in which oral testimony and documentary evidence was offered. On January 8th, Evergy, Missouri West informed the commission that it, Platte Clay, and the staff of the commission had received an email from Ms. Turner Davis in which Ms. Turner Davis stated that she wished to withdraw her request to change energy providers. Based on Ms. Turner Davis's written desire to withdraw her application, this order finds good cause to dismiss her application. And before I recommend that we approve this order version number 1, I think this case shined the light, maybe that we as a commission could do a little bit better job of helping people understand some of the processes that they're setting in motion. I got the feeling, my own personal opinion, that Ms. Taylor Davis fully did not comprehend all that was going to go into her request and all of the time and effort and multiple attorneys and cases and things. That was the impression that I got. So we're taking steps to try to up our communications with the community and with people when they contact us to make sure that they are fully understanding when they, submit certain documents and initiate certain proceedings, what all that will entail. So that being said, she has asked that we withdraw her request. And so I would recommend that we approve this order version number 1, which withdraws her application. Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate those comments because as we were dealing with this case, I thought about these significant costs that we didn't really have a number on. I think that those are the types of things that you mentioned and costs that we can hopefully better help people with. So I support the order.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Holzman.
Yeah, I support the order. I agree with Commissioner Coleman. It would be nice if it were a little bit more formulaic or transparent or something that would allow folks to know kind of what they're looking at when they make a request like this, with the expense of running a quarter mile of line or have something that would, because none of us knew what it was going to cost this customer to do any of this. And I'm not even sure really the utilities could tell us exactly. And I know that each case is going to vary specifically to the parameters of that case, but surely there, a mile of line or something could be, formulaic to be like, okay, this is what you estimate. This is your estimate if you want to do this. And then they can decide, all right, it's 10 grand worth it or it's 100,000 worth it before we get to this point. So if there's any way to do that, that would be helpful. Vice Support.
Commissioner Kochmeyer.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I echo all 3 commissioners so far. Yes, it was an eye-opening experience of how Mrs. Davis didn't realize what she was getting into when she filed this. So I applaud you, Mr. Chairman, and the staff for taking measures to helpfully educate the public when they do file these types of cases. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I am in support.
Commissioner Hahn.
Agree with everything that's been said. Mr. Cherry hit the nail on the head. She had no idea. And if I were in the general public, I would have had no idea either. And I would have felt very overwhelmed with the proceeding that had to take place to do this. So I really empathize with her. And, to Commissioner Coleman's comments, I agree as well. And I was really surprised that neither of the company's witnesses, either on Platte Clay or Evergy, was prepared to give an answer on cost. I think you would expect in a hearing like that to come prepared with a cost estimate at that level. And so we all have to do a better job to educate before we ever even get to the hearing. But with that, I support the order. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
One of the things that we're contemplating, since we're all here and it's open record, is my first personal opinion that video is king. And if you send someone a packet of information that is filled with legal jargon they don't understand, the odds are they might not read it. Or it's like, oh, you want to do this, they direct you to a website and fill out a form. So what we're contemplating doing is creating some videos on a variety of topics. So you want to change your electric supplier. What does that mean? In just a 3-minute video of this is what it means, this is what will happen. Because I think people will watch that a little bit more than than, reading a legal document and try to make it as much plain speech. So that's some of the things we're looking at doing on a variety of topics. So how can we communicate the complexity of what we do to the public so that they fully have a better understanding? And if they want to proceed, awesome. But I think maybe something like that would have.
And I think that you could probably share the statute in a video like that. So it's like, you want to change your electric supplier, but these are the conditions by which the statute says you can. If you don't meet these, then you're probably not going to be successful in your effort.
Yeah. So again, just trying to provide information in the way that which most people are consuming it and making it as easy. What was it called? Simplifying energy. What was that? That's something that I used to talk about all the time. So with that, all those in favor of supporting that order, please say aye.
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 Approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up is file number WC 2022-0295. Staff of the Missouri Public Service Commission complainant versus I-70 Mobile City Park respondent. So on December 5th, the staff filed a motion for judgment on pleadings. Staff's motion states that I-70 has already admitted the truth of staff's complaint and therefore no hearing is necessary. I-70 Mobile City Park asserts that staff's motion should be denied because staff previously argued against I-70 Mobile City Park's motion for summary determination by alleging that there were still facts at issue for the commission's determination. So this order finds that staff's motion for judgment on the pleadings contradicts its own prior assertion that there are issues of material fact that require the commission's interpretation. So therefore, this order denies staff's motion. Recommend we approve this order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Great. Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Great. Commissioner Kolkman.
I'm in support.
Commissioner Hahn.
So in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, please say aye.
Aye.
Approved by a vote of 5-0. And our final tariff new order today is file number ET 2024-0182 in the matter of Evergy, Missouri Metro and Evergy, Missouri West Solar Subscription Rider Tariff filings. On December 1st, Evergy filed revised tariff sheets regarding a solar subscription rider tariff. On the 15th of December, staff filed its recommendation that the commission reject the tariff filings. And on the 8th of January, staff filed an expedited procedural schedule with a bifurcated proceeding, including a first hearing on January 24th. On January 25th, Evergy filed a proposed procedural schedule in response to staff, which included a single proceeding with the hearing dates in the latter part of May. The commission understands staff request to hear this case expeditiously so that Evergy's billing system can be programmed and customer information be received in a timely fashion. However, the commission is unable to hear the evidence regarding these tariff changes as quickly as staff requests. Therefore, the commission will set a procedural schedule as set out in this order with hearing dates scheduled for April 3rd and April 4th. I recommend we approve this order, version number 3. Commissioner Cole.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I'm in support.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Okay, all those in favor of supporting that order, version number 3, please say aye.
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 That is approved by a vote of 5-0. Okay, next up, we have other discussion. Judge DePel, we have a sunshine request to be considered.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I given you a brief memo. We had a sunshine request for some documents pertaining to Laclede Electric Cooperative. Cooperative has no objection to releasing the information that they provided to the commission, which is otherwise protected under 386-480. So I recommend that you vote to release the responsive documents.
I have no questions of the judge. Anyone? Do you need a?
You need a vote, yes, please.
Okay, well, I will go ahead and recommend we follow the judge's recommendation to release the information requested in the sunshine request.
I second.
Second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of supporting the release of the information in the sunshine request, please say aye.
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 That is approved, 5-0. All right, next up, we have a case discussion. you gonna handle this?
I'm
or
not sure if Judge Bridgerton's on the phone or not.
Judge, I know he's out sick, but I thought he was gonna try to call in, but I'm not.
So I can sit in for him if he's not.
I'm here, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, great. Well, I hope you're feeling better. We appreciate you calling in. So yeah, so this is in file number EO 2023-0276, the matter of the fifth prudence review of costs subject to the commission approved fuel adjustment clause for Evergy Metro. Judge, what do you have for us?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Good afternoon. I just wanted to remind the commission of the hearing set to begin next Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Evergy, Missouri Metro and Evergy, Missouri West prudence review. I have outlined the parties' positions briefly. I'm expecting position statements later today. When I get those, I will update this memo to include the parties' positions on the issues. That's all I have, unless the commission has any questions.
I don't have any questions, Judge. I appreciate the pre-hearing memo, and I know this is scheduled for hearing, so I appreciate you doing that. Does any other commissioners have any questions for the judge? All right. Thank you, Judge. We'll see you at hearing.
Thank you, sir.
So that concludes all of our tariffs, new orders, and case discussion. We do have a closed discussion item, which we will have to make the motion to go into. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do our scheduling. So today we will continue the evidentiary hearing in EO 2024-0002, the matter of request for customer account data production from Evergy, Missouri Metro and Evergy, Missouri West. We are on break from that hearing until 1 p.m. and that will continue then. And Tuesday the 6th, scheduled to run through Friday, February 9th, the evidentiary hearing in EO 2023-0276 and EO 2023-0277, the matter of the fifth prudence review of costs subject to the commission approval fuel adjustment clause in Evergy, Missouri Metro. That's what we just discussed with the judge. That'll start at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, February 6th at Commission headquarters in room 310. Wednesday, the 7th of February, we have agenda scheduled for 10:15 a.m. Thursday, February 15th, we have agenda scheduled at 10:15 a.m. Tuesday, February 20th, we have a local public hearing in case SR 2024-0206, the matter of United Services, Inc.'s rate increase request. That is a WebEx only hearing, and that is scheduled to begin at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, February 20th. The 22nd of February, which is a Thursday, agenda is scheduled at 10:15 a.m. The following week, Wednesday, the February 28th, we have agenda scheduled at 10:15 a.m. And then the first week of March, Wednesday, March 6th, we have agenda scheduled at 10:15 a.m. Commissioners, are there any changes or questions or concerns about the schedule? All right. Well, that concludes all of our open business today, but we do have some issues to discuss in closed session. So I'll make the motion that we go ahead and go into our closed section under section 610.021, subsection 12, RSMO.
I'll second that.
Second that motion. Very good. All those in favor, and we will adjourn upon our meeting upon the conclusion of our closed session. All those in favor of going into closed session, please say aye.
Aye.
And those approved 5-0. We will head into our closed section. Please clear the line, clear the room, and we will begin once we have cleared all the participants off the line. Okay.